Okay, I've been meaning to do this for a while now. Show you guys our camp setup. A lot of people ask me to do it. So we're going to start on one side, do a quick as possible run through. So this side, first look at that. That's what happens when you don't have a washing machine or you decide not to do washing for a few days. You just start shoving stuff in. First of all, the canopy is actually built very low. As you can see, most canopies are the same height as the cab. This one is built much lower because of the tent that's on top, so you don't get as much wind resistance. The tent actually sticks out quite a bit over the cab at the moment because we've got all our bedding and our pillows, everything is still in there, and we just close it up roughly. It's actually much lower, so you can almost always just stand and do everything up, do the tent up, etc. You don't have to get onto stuff, get on the car, which often happens with guys that have big roof racks that's really high up. So this side is essentially our clothing side, as you can tell. This is our clothes bag. This is an awesome bag. It's really rugged. It's a Wines to Wales cycling competition bag. Used to only have this compartment here. It's divided in half. So what I did, I cut a hole on the inside. So it's just the aluminium board. Cut a hole. This is where we shovel the stuff that we don't use that often. The recovery equipment is in here. The water tanks in here. We've got an air jack. Air jacks and high lift jacks are highly debatable. Most guys will say, oh, I don't like an air jack, I prefer my high lift. They are more versatile, but they're very dangerous. So yes, you can use an air jack. The reason high lift jack, the reason I got the air jack is because it's just me and Nick. So if something happens and she needs to be able to jack the car up safely, the air jack is much easier, much safer to use. And often it just works a bit better, especially in mud situations where you've got a big base for the jack to sit on, which with a high lift jack you have to put a piece of wood down, and sometimes it sinks and it easily falls over. But it also has its advantages. A lot of guys will tell you that. We've got a few little bride tools in here. It's just a small cubby. It's got a bit of recovery equipment in there. And obviously, second spare wheel. We've got another one at the bottom. We used to have two, but it was such an annoyance to have to open both every time you had to get into the back that I got rid of the one, and we now only have one with a bridle over the top. It's got this little cable lock on it. This thing is just amazing. Not having to clean your grill or having to put it in a bag. You can just pop it over the top, done. It's amazing. One of my favorite things is this grill. That's on the outside of the spare wheel, on the spare wheel carrier. A bit dirty, as you can see, because we had a nice braai last night. And the whole idea of it is that because this gets dirty, I don't have to clean it every time I want to put it away. I can just pop it on the back. I generally lock it as well. Got a little cable lock that I put through the hole there just to keep it on a bit better, and so that it can't just be taken off easily. And when you take it off, it's just a matter of pulling it off. So I've got to do this with one hand, which is a bit harder. It's already got its legs on it. It's easy as that. On the ground, burn it clean. Afterwards, just pop it back onto the spare wheel. Done. No need to clean it. What we have in here is our fridge back. Yay! So this is a basic slider. It's just built out of aluminium angle iron. The reason why I don't like the big drawer systems, number one, very heavy. Number two, if the drawer breaks or something falls in and you can't open it up, then you're slightly in a pickle. So this is very simple. It's a skeleton drawer, so it doesn't have a bottom. It's just the basic structure. It pulls up. It's got the fridge on there. Then here we've got just a container, also aluminium container that's got all our pots, pans, etc. in here. Then we have two tables that just fit in exactly. I've had them made, or I had the tops made, and then I made the rest of it. Very easy, very simple, very light aluminium table that just fits perfectly in there. Because we're so limited for space, and the canopy is designed in such a way that you can't really put a table under the roof unless you put a roof rack on it. So I ended up making 2 slots for the tables. The other table is actually here because we just loaded the fridge in and I didn't have time to take it out. Exactly the same, it's just slightly smaller. If I want the tables higher, I have 4 little legs that just clip in on the end, and the table sits as high as this. It works perfectly. The nice thing about this design is that the fridge doesn't have to get strapped down. A lot of guys have to strap their fridges down. We don't, because it just slides right under. There's a aluminium angle iron piece at the bottom, and then this piece sits up here. This wasn't originally my design, my plan, the way we had it. We used to have the chairs in the side where the clothing bags are and the net and stuff like that, but it was such a hassle to have to unpack everything to get the chairs out if we just quickly wanted to stop for lunch. So I decided I just bent a piece of aluminium, popped it in there. Now the chairs are super easy, they just roll out, and it keeps the fridge down even more. It's loose, it's just attached at the top with a few rivets. Very easy. Everything has lights. There's lights on all the 4 corners. It's a yellow LED, and it also changes to white. So our shower, you've seen, we haven't actually used this in ages. It's really handy in Botswana, Kalahari, Kalahari, places where you don't always have a nice shower. So what I did, very simple. It's if you come look in here, you'll see I have a heat gauge and a trigger switch right there, just at the steering wheel. All I have to do while I'm driving is turn my heater onto hot. Air doesn't have to come through, so it just needs to be turned on to hot. Flip the switch on, activate the pump. Pump's built in here, water tank underneath, and then the water runs through a heat exchanger, which runs through the engine. He uses the engine heat of the car to warm up the water tank. When I want to shower, simply got a hose in there. I grab this hose, which is just in the back of the bucky, rolled up nicely. Very simple. Right, so remember, this is while I'm driving, so I don't need to do anything afterwards. Just while I'm driving, the water heats up. Plug that in there. My shower head, you can use any shower head. I just like to use the most simple shower head I can. The less things that can break, the better when you're camping, always. Clip that on there, right? So essentially if you want a cubicle, I mean, yeah, you don't need a cubicle here in the middle of nowhere. If you want a cubicle, I made a little cubicle just like that. These guys just pull off. This clips on, like this. There's a shower curtain in the back of the bucky, which just has clips that clips on all the way. It's made of the same olive colored ripstock that all the other stuff is made, so it blends in nicely. Got a nice big shower cubicle in here. The way you turn it on, very simple. All you do, you flip the switch, water runs through the system, and there's a little switch on here that you can stop it when you're done showering. Open that up, and that is hot water that you can shower in. So it's just a matter of connecting a hose and then hanging your shower head. The water is warm. It's a 60-liter tank that's built in there. So 20-minute shower at least at this pressure. Very nice. Washing bucket, you've seen, place for wood, 2 gas bottles. Those we filled them up before we left South Africa, and we probably got half in that one and a quarter in this one left, and we use it every day to light the fire, boil the kettle, which takes years. From this side, this is next kitchen side, we have the kitchen side over here. So very basic. Once again, you got to always keep this thing basic. The less stuff you have that can break, and the lighter it is, the better. So this basic drawer, it's got our food containers in there. We just chuck our food in there, very easy. And on this side, this is a removable container that has cups, plates, bowls, etc. in there. It actually has foam slots, but this is Nicole's.
Foam slots.
This is Nicole's system. See? Oh, they are somewhat in the foam slots. Okay.
Crazy driving. That's the only reason they are.
We've got the lighter that I just simply clipped on here, which is a nice place. Otherwise, it always gets lost. And this is just another light LED, which I think is just unplugged now. There we go. Yellow, white. Clips in there when you want to use it in the evenings. This side has more recovery equipment, buckles, ropes, tools, a few things in there. The compressor, I don't think it's going to go on. It's a 160 litre compressor that comes in a little bag, and every time you need to pump the tires up, you take it out of the bag, you clip the terminals on the battery, you lay the stupid coiled yellow pipe that it comes with, got to clip it up. It was just a nuisance. I hated it. I didn't like it at all. So all I did, put the compressor in there, strapped it in, and then I ran 2 wires straight to the main car battery, not the second battery, so that the car, when the car is idling, it comes off the main car battery. And then I just have a hose, which I changed because the stupid yellow spring hoses that it comes with is just absolutely rubbish. So I just bought air hose. It just looks like this. I've got it in a little bag. I just clip it right on the end here, turn the compressor on, and I clip it on the end. Hose is long enough to go to all four wheels. Then we also have a drinking water tank. Switch tank, there's a 90 litre tank in there. Turn the switch on, water comes out. Turn the switch off, water doesn't come out. It's actually a 220 Rand, which is a $20 shower kit with a submergible bulge pump that I just popped into the water tank and strapped it closed, so it works perfectly. This is one of our other very nice. We've done this one? Yeah, we've done the awning. So all you have to do, open the zip, flip this over, just got 2 buckles that you release, 1 and 2, then you just open it up. Once it's open, you just got a little elastic with a hook on the end that holds it up, which is perfect. Done. That's quick as that to put an awning up. No poles, no ropes, no trying to hammer a peg into the hardest surface in the world. And it's really strong, it's really... Let me show you the bottom. So it's all stainless steel beams. So it's rust resistant or rust proof and really strong. As you can tell, it is quite windy today. And it provides a massive bit of shade. Obviously we're under the tree right now, so you don't really see how big it is, but it's quite a nice piece of shade.